I'm Senator Bob Huff. Thank you for joining me for my Capital Comment for the week of March 14th, 2011. As I'm recording this, it's morning of St. Patrick's Day the 17th. Yesterday, we spent all day up into the evening working on some of the first parts of the budget, doing some of the cuts. Now, there's a different strategy that unfolded on the Assembly than what unfolded in the Senate. We typically start half the bills on one side and the other half on the other side and then swap houses. But in the Senate side, Republicans generally went up on the cuts because if it's going to be an all-cuts budget, eventually they got to take the easier cuts before they can get to the more difficult cuts. On the Assembly, they tried a different strategy. Their thought seemed to be if we can't have a say in which cuts are actually happening, then we're not going to put our votes up either. Although they did get the couple of necessary Republican votes to get most everything done on a bipartisan quote-unquote vote. Cutting redevelopment agencies was not part of that, though, as they fell one vote short. So today we'll find ourselves ramping up to a different problem. What will happen to redevelopment agencies? We don't know. We expect them to put the rest of the cuts up, but keeping in mind that they continue to call this a balanced approach of half cuts, half revenues. Even now, when Senator Steinberg is saying that we've done $9 billion of cuts, it's $3.4 billion in cuts, $3.6 billion in fund shifts. Now, there are no votes of putting taxes on the ballot at this point. We don't know if that will happen, but what we do know is that the Democrats have not embraced any kind of reform. So this is business as usual. And while the rallying cry is just let the people decide, what they really are saying is let the people support our runaway government. Even under the governor's program, the general fund expenditures will grow by 31% over the 5 years that he wants to extend these taxes. That's unacceptable. California wants pension reform. California wants a cap in spending to help keep our checks in line. They want regulatory reform so we can get people back to work. That's what Senate Republicans are working for. That's what I'm working for. Thank you for joining me. I'm Senator Bob Huff.